What's up, YouTube? We are live. We are live. So today's topic, I'm gonna talk about the anger, rage, and bitterness, and the being pissed off, and all the fucked up shit that comes with experiencing generational curses, family trauma, and family abuse. Right now, looking back, and the thing I have a problem with the spiritual community. Not everyone, but most spiritual people. I'm talking about spiritualists who have a huge following, especially these tarot readers. The problem I have with them, again, I'm not sure if I have a lot of expectations for them, but I feel like they bullshit a lot. Cause like I be following them on Twitter and shit, and like I had to unfollow all of them because they tweet about stupid ass shit. Like they're so ingrained within this fucking matrix. And I'm not. There's nothing wrong with being ingrained with this matrix. We all gotta work. We all gotta act a certain way. We all gotta raw program. I need to a certain extent, but with these spiritualists, they're just, I feel like they're not fully tapped into their full fucking potential. They're not tapped into their God-given gifts, you know? And I've said this before, I could be wrong, but I feel like usually people with the most talents and God-given gifts that can really help out humanity, they tend to not use that shit to the best of their ability because they're weak ass spirits and they're pieces of shit and they take life for granted. A lot of these tarot readers, a lot of these spiritualists, they have so much potential to tap into like high dimensional fucking energy to where they could be so good and proficient at what the fuck they do, but they're always stuck on some bullshit where like they want to live life like a fucking animal to where they do nothing but eat, sleep, and have sex, and that's pretty much it. You know what I'm saying? They're just full of shit. And most people who have a lot of talents and God-given gifts and energetic psychic abilities, most of these people, they don't deserve to have that shit because one, they're not utilizing that shit to their fullest potential, and or they use that shit against humanity, or they manipulate them, they'll trick them so they can gain their own power and their own greed. This is why you see certain tarot readers who have a large following, but they all make the same videos to where they draw people in so they can profit off of people. Either that, or they could be working for the Masons or the J words or corrupt government, so they can draw people in. You know what I'm saying? So like that's a fucking problem I have with these people with these spiritualists. They have so much fucking potential and influence, but they choose not to act on it because they're pussies. They're pieces of shit. They don't deserve the amount of recognition, views, or following because they can't tap into jack shit because they're pussies. They're scared to put themselves out there, and they're you know what I'm saying? And like I'll be following them on Twitter. They tweet nothing but stupid ass shit. So most of these like tarot readers or these spiritualists who have followings, they don't even deserve to be put into that position. You know what I'm saying? Because how the fuck they're born with these God-given gifts and talents, but they can't even utilize that fucking shit to the best of their ability to help the collective. They can't do that shit because they're weak ass fucking spirits and have no business. But like, it's how this reality is. Like, I see a pattern because I've mentioned in my old videos. I could be wrong. I'm just saying, but I think life or God or spirit knows that like there's certain spirits in this world who like they can't offer nothing to the world if it wasn't for their spiritual gifts. So this is why you see certain YouTubers who tend to have a large following or a large subscribers, and they're able to make a living off of that because in the real world they got nothing to offer because they can't handle working for the system, because it's not because of the system, but because they have no fucking skills or they don't have the drive to even better themselves. So spirit kind of ease that off to where like they'll give them some spiritual gifts, God-given gifts, even though they don't deserve it, and they ain't got to try as much, and they're able to draw in a lot of subscribers and views. This is why you see certain spiritualists and tarot readers who like, if you watch their videos, they say nothing but bullshit. But unfortunately, they have a certain energy to where like they're able to have a lot of influence, even though their words and messages could be full of shit. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know. It's whatever though. But anyways, I'm gonna talk about the rage and versus, yeah, and yet you have a lot of people who speak so much knowledge and information, but they can't attract jack shit because again, shadow man. And just like what Chauncey once said, because if you have a certain energy to where it's fucking fake and it's robotic and it's mainstream, then the Masons or the Matrix will draw these motherfuckers in to have a large following. Whereas people who go against the system, who go against the corrupt bullshit ass system, they're gonna not get as much recognition. They're gonna get shadow banned and harassed. Just like what Chauncey once said. But anyways, that's not the point of this fucking video. I just gotta release this bullshit because I'm tired of this stupid ass world. But now I'm gonna talk about And why the fuck is time speeding up so fucking fast, dude? Like, it's just stupid. Like, if time is speeding up so fucking fast, I might as well not work and be homeless and not work for the fucking system and not have a fucking car and put and dump all my clothes to the fucking trash and be a fucking hobo because like you got the days going by extremely fast, time is speeding up. So what the fuck's actually going on in this system? What the fuck's actually going on? And since time is speeding up in this timeline, why couldn't time speed up like back then before time was speeding up? Why couldn't time speed up while like humanity was created or in the fucking 18th century and the 16th century? Why is it now that time is speeding up this timeline? So what the fuck is going on? Is it like, is it some type of witchcraft the archons, the masons, the government is doing to speed up time, like the Mandela effect? Or are we, or as spirits do we decided to incarnate into a timeline to where like we're in purgatory to where like like everyone's getting exposed, time is speeding up, but even then that's not doing shit because we're still living life not doing shit. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people, they're not spiritual, they're not talking spiritual, they don't have their own YouTube channels. It's just stupid. You see TikTok, Instagram, you see all that shit. That's proof right there where people are just fucking stupid. They're too busy working at their 9 to 5s, being a slave, and talking about dumb shit and fucking up their colons and their bodies and eating stupid ass shit that's harmful to the human body. But anyways, I'm gonna talk about like, and again, I'm not saying I'm perfect. I don't seem like a hypocrite. I slip ups, but goddamn, at least I have an awareness. But I'm talking about the anger and rage that comes with experiencing generational curses and family abuse. Now, I'm not like most spiritualists, most people. Me, I personally believe in a creator or a universe or God. I could be fucking wrong. You know what I'm saying? But I believe in everything. But most people, they don't feel no anger, no bitterness towards their spirit, towards God, towards the universe. And I understand they have a different perspective. If anything, they go towards these entities so they could gain strength and resistance and strength and persistence. But me, like, I feel some type of way because the type of shit I've experienced, like, I could tell like that shit was orchestrated. I can't really put into words, but like the family abuse, how all my family they act the fucking same, and I'm still trying to release all the trauma because it's still stuck in my mind within certain full moon cycles or certain astrological influences that's on certain dates and stuff like that. That's when it comes to the surface. So I'm always in a constant state of healing, whether it be healing from a twin flame separation that I got to fucking deal with for like over 5 years since 2017. Now that I overcame that, now I'm dealing with generational family trauma. So with, and like I mentioned in my old videos, if you're on a healing journey, oh, it's not even that, but if spirit or God wants you to experience a healing journey, they're gonna do whatever the fuck it takes to have you experience that shit. We, I'm telling you, this is why like I can't explain it. Most people, y'all don't have to believe what Chauncey One says or what I say. No, but like I personally agree with what the fuck Chauncey One says because he knows what the fuck he's talking about. Because when he talks about we don't have free will, spirit wants you to, your spirit wants you to experience certain things, and like how he explains that shit, I could see how that shit plays out in my life. Cause, and I'm not saying it because, oh, I got it from him and now I want to believe that. Nah, it's not that. It's like, because I know what I've experienced. I know the type of energy or type of witchcraft or some type of demonic entities or some spirits that will like inhabit to people's bodies to attack me. Like like the same awareness I had that same awareness while I was stuck inside my family's household while experiencing generational curses. I still couldn't get out of that situation because your spirit wanted you to either experience that shit so you can like know what the fuck is going on when it comes to generational curses, so you can help other people, or so you can learn from it, or so you can intake the abuse. And then once you intake the abuse from your family trauma, once it's inside your fucking nervous system, then spirit wants to eject you out of that situation so you can heal from that shit. But you see how this human experience is full of shit? Everything wastes your time. We have no free will. We're meant to experience a lot of shit that we rather not experience, but we have to experience whether we chose to experience that shit, whether it be karma or some type of entity that wanted us to experience that shit because it's part of this bullshit ass, evil ass, confused ass fucking matrix or whatever the fuck it's called. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just so pissed at I'm just so pissed at God, the creator, or the spirit for fucking pulling me through so much family abuse. And now I cut all them off. Now I got no fucking emotional support. Now I'm forced to heal my trauma, constantly go to fucking therapy or some type of energy. I gotta do some type of like energetic work to where I gotta heal myself. But it gets fucking annoying where like it's such a slow process of healing the fucking trauma, man. And it's like, why is it that like most people in the spiritual community, they experience the same shit I've experienced? Yes, they feel bitter and angry, but they don't talk about this shit as much, or they don't go into full detail because most of them, they're just so fucking like either they're scared to put themselves out there, or like they always want to put a certain image because they're scared of how people may perceive them, or their YouTube channel gotta look a certain way. You know what I'm saying? Like, grow the fuck up, man. Like, we're in 2024, we're in the age of Aquarius. You need to talk about your spiritual experiences. Not because not because of you, because no one gives a fuck about you, but because you have certain spiritual gifts and talents that this world, the collective, needs to hear so they can know what the fuck is going on. But these spiritualists, these tarot readers, they're not gonna do that shit to their full. They're not going to live life to their fullest potential because they're pussified and they're programmed by this bullshit ass matrix. You know what I'm saying? At least me, I don't have enough talents or gifts as them, but at least I put myself out there. I'm not saying put yourself on TikTok, Instagram. Nah, make videos that are raw and uncut and keep making that shit and explain to collective what the fuck is going on. You know what I'm saying? But they're not gonna do that shit. And even if they do, they're gonna half-ass it, or like they're gonna say in a certain way, like, get the fuck out of here. There's so much, man, this spiritual community is fucking fake, man. It's fake ass shit. So much potential to help people, help the collective, but they always want to have a certain image. Get the fuck out of here. I understand you have to have a certain image to a certain extent. That's normal. It's part of the human experience. I'm not gonna fucking make videos and act like a fucking dumbass, or maybe I am, but at least I'm expressing myself. But you know what I'm saying? Like, we need a lot of information that, I don't know, man. I'm just fucking pissed, man. Like, man, bro, like, oh man, like it sucks because God really puts me in a lot of situations where like I have no choice but to have faith, either God or my spirit, my higher self. They always put me in situations where like I have to have faith in a higher power, to where like the shit I've experienced and the things that happen to me, like I'm forced to just move on and just go through life and go through life by the balls and just fight through that shit. You know what I'm saying? I've been experiencing that shit my whole fucking life. Where life will always put me through a lot of confusing ass situations, and situations that aren't logical, and where I have no say so, but I have no choice but to keep moving on with life. You know what I'm saying? It's fucked up. You know? Fuck, man. Like, how come all my family members, they're fucking retarded? Like, why? Like, why are they against me? Like, they're always like trying to target me. They're trying to like scapegoat me, and they don't take accountability. They all eat meat, and they all are stuck on some bullshit, and they're influenced by demonic entities. But why isn't me? Why? How come I'm the only one that have a lot of self-awareness? I'm very spiritual. I don't even eat like them. You know what I'm saying? But and ironically, they all want to attack me and target me, even though I'm the youngest one in a fucking family and I have no history of causing shit towards them. My family, they're the opposite. You know, they cause the most problems and bullshit. You know what I'm saying? So the things I've experienced, my life experience, that's proof that spirit will use a human vessel or a certain spirit in this reality to use it to navigate it so it can experience certain things, so it can help the collective, so it can help break generational curses, or whatever the fuck this spirit wants. You know what I'm saying? So this life is full of shit. So a way how I can use that to my advantage is by knowing that like life is just a fucking game, and I'm not obligated to do shit I don't feel like doing. So I could easily be like, you know what, I don't feel like working at this job. I don't feel like working at this career. I'm just gonna quit that shit and I'm gonna live life without having to work for this bullshit ass system that wastes my fucking time. If I want to work out all day, if I want to stretch all day, if I want to meditate all day, if I want to live by the beach, if I want to play basketball all day, if I want to talk to women and date women all the time, then I'm gonna fucking do that. You know what I'm saying? Why I say this? Because like I said before, because I've experienced what spirit put me through. And the thing spirit put me through is out of my control, is against my free will. And that made me came to the conclusion that life is a fucking video game. So if spirit is willing to put me through that shit, then why the fuck will I be obligated to work for this bullshit ass system? If anything, the only thing that's able to stop me from living the life I want to live if spirit wants to orchestrate a situation to where I can't even do that. And technically spirit does do that by you. If you don't want to work for the system, if you want to live life on your own terms, then you're not gonna have money, and if you have no money, then you can't have your own place to stay, you can't have your own fucking car, you can't have clean hygiene, you can't have clothes, food, water, and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? So that's the way where spirit will kind of control your free will in this reality, but people don't realize this shit because everyone's programmed since birth. You know what I'm saying? So it gets deep. But what I'm saying is that like sometimes you have to be fearless, or like at times where like I have to be fearless, or at times I just gotta say fuck it. Not let spirit or God or the universe dictate how I want to live my life. You know what I'm saying? Even let's say my higher self wants me to live my life a certain way according to my fucking ego. And I understand it could be my ego saying this. I don't give a fuck. It could be my ego, my human flesh could be disagreeing with what my higher self wants me to experience. Even if that's the case, then that's the fucking case. Because at the end of the day, if I had a gun, if I had a knife, if I were to either shoot myself or kill myself, I'm gonna feel pain. So technically, the human flesh is more real than this fucking bullshit ass spirit. You know what I'm saying? So why not live the type of life I want to live, not obligated to work for this bullshit ass system? Even it's gonna cost my health. It's gonna cost me to live in the streets and be dirty and constantly and potentially being around dangerous ass, crazy ass homeless people, you know what I'm saying? But I don't give a fuck, you know what I'm saying? I'm not saying I'm gonna be homeless or this and that, but what I'm saying is that it's about the mindset to where like if spirit is gonna control your free will through putting you through a lot of fucked up spiritual experiences, then why not fight it back or to use that energy back to live the type of life you want to live with your free will? I understand, you know what I'm saying? I hope it makes sense, but fuck this system, fuck generational curses, fuck these, fuck God, man. Like, man, like, fuck, man. Like, I can't explain it to words. That's, you know what I'm saying? Like, I like, man, fuck the creator, man. Fuck my spirit. Fuck the higher self, man. Fuck all of them, man. They, like, man, they got me so fucked up in this lifetime. They got me so fucked up, man. Man, like, I could have so easily been in prison and jail. All the bullshit I've experienced, man, fuck them, man. Fuck them. And fuck these tarot readers, fuck most of these spiritualists, not all of them, but most of them that have a high following, but they can't use that much subscribers or viewers or that much influence to help change the fucking world or create a domino effect. Get the fuck out of here, man. Get the fuck out of here. You know what I'm saying? Fuck them. All this bullshit, man. God damn, man. And not only that, but like I said earlier, you got time speeding up. So if time is speeding up, the days are going by a lot faster. And I've experienced of spirit or higher power controlling my free will to let demonic entities to inhabit into people's bodies to attack me, to target me. So why the fuck would I listen to my higher self or my spirit to live life a certain way? Because I know what they're trying to do. They want me to live life a certain way. I actually have a real life example, but I'm not gonna fucking say it. But this is bullshit, man. Fuck. And with these astrological influence, certain dates around the time of the year, your birth chart, all that shit plays a role to your free will. All that shit, including your perfection years. Me, I'm in I think my second house or third house perfection year, so I'm in my communication year. So there's a reason why I'm so drawn to making fucking videos every day, and my life revolves around communication. If I don't use my communication, it's gonna like I look back in my perfection year and my communication year. I look back and all the things where like I didn't communicate. If it kind of sabotaged my life in a way, or certain events or situations within my life. But if I utilize my perfection year, which is my communication year, then that's when I get the most abundance, at least in this year. Before my communication year, I was in my perfection year, I think it was last year. And it's crazy how all that shit played out. I'm going to make videos in the future talking about my experiences with my perfection year and this year with my communication year. But it's fucking crazy, man. This is fucking crazy. But yeah, it's just insane, man. Like life, like this realm, this system is so fucking restricted, man. Like it's so fucking restricted. Don't get me wrong, there are good parts within society, there are good parts with the system, but how it's set up, how it's orchestrated, it's like it has a lot of potential to do great things, but it doesn't. There's a lot of riddles and mysteries and conspiracy theories that goes on within this world where like it makes you question, are these conspiracy theories, are they even real? Because there's like within like Super Bowl predictions, I don't know, I don't want to, I erase that, but like there's a lot of mysteries within this human experience. And just know that like the average person working a 9-to-5 job is not correlating to time speeding up, because they're not gonna have enough time for themselves. Especially time speeding up is not gonna correlate. Give me 1 second, I'm driving because I have, hang on, give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. But yeah, but this is fucking weird, man. Like, I'm so pissed at like the shit I've experienced within family members, and my family members, they're not gonna change. Trust me, they've been abusing me since I was, well, obviously my whole life covertly, but it's gotten intense as I gotten older. Especially like the more the more spiritually aware I'm becoming, the attacks are becoming a lot more intense. And I'm not even doing shit to provoke them. They just like to. So this is why when people talk about narcissists or certain people are possessed by certain spirits or demonic entities, I believe in that shit because one, obviously there's a lot of reports and physical evidence of people seeing narcissists change their eye colors, pitch black or other shit, and them changing their voices and facial structures, and they all act the same. They all operate from the same handbook, and multiple people can confirm this. Not only that, but like there's certain things where like my family members, not just one but all of them, where like it feels like I'm in a fucking video game or in a fucking movie where like they'll all do shit towards me, like to provoke me, and then I'll call them out, and then they won't take accountability, and then they'll talk to other family members to gang up on me, and they'll use me defending myself to their advantage. This is where you get your reaction abuse from. And it doesn't play out with just family members. It plays out within the workplace, within certain people. So this shit gets deep. This is where you get your spiritual attacks and spiritual warfare. But my only question is, yes, that may be the case, but at the same time, like, why is it that God or the universe, why are they allowing this shit to happen? I understand it's for our growth purposes, so we could get closer to God, or so we could like release our ego and to get closer to spirit, into our heart space, so we can help other people and use those experiences to better ourselves and to better the fucking world. And usually people go through a lot of intense abuse like that. They have a greater purpose that far precedes the average human being living here. But what I'm saying is that one, it takes so fucking long to overcome this shit that no one talks about. People want to talk about, oh, if you're experiencing abuse, if you're experiencing generational curses, oh, it means you have an important life mission, you're meant for great things. But no one talks about how like the amount of how long it takes to heal from that abuse and how intense it is and how much it really disturbs you. All the sleepless nights, all the disturbances, the feeling of being isolated, because spirit has a power, and spirit have done this to me, multiple people. No, well, I'm not sure about I'm not sure about multiple people, but at least for me, spirit is using my vessels for me to not be around like-minded people, or not to be around, because believe it or not, there are people who actually do think like me. All the videos I make, people, they know, they understand me from a core fucking level. But spirit is not making me be around these people is because spirit wants me to experience certain things in order for me to overcome. Even if I overcome it, spirit still wants me to stay stagnant to a certain time, until either, I don't know why, but either spirit wants me to like kind of waste my time here, or to like waste my soul's time, or just certain bullshit where like I have to experience certain things in order for me to get out of my situation. You know what I'm saying? There are a lot of things in my life where like I had no control over, but I had no choice to make certain decisions in order for me to get out of my situation. You know what I'm saying? So that's all I got to say. I'm not going to say my real life experiences. I've already mentioned them. I already mentioned them in old videos. If you don't believe me, then this video is not for you. It's just not. But if it resonates, then you know what the fuck I'm talking about. It was all my videos is one of those things where like you actually have to experience it to know what the fuck I'm talking about. You know, but yeah, just fuck, man. Like, and like I don't get like, so why the spirit wants me to experience or to tolerate abuse within my family members, and I have fought back. I've stolen clothes from them. I cussed them out. I cussed them. Like, I threatened them. I haven't laid hands on, not laid hands, but usually when I do lay hands, is out of self defense. I call the police, the cops on them, and shit like that. All that shit's out of self defense. And I'm to the point right now where I haven't told my certain family members, where like if I see them on site, I'm gonna lay my fucking hands on them. So it's like spirit or God, they want me to experience or tolerate certain abuse and all this bullshit from my family members attacking me, right? But at the same time, it's like I could use my free will to really harm these motherfuckers, and I could really go to prison or go to jail. And in that case, then I have no free will to even do this shit I need to do to even complete my fucking soul mission. You know what I'm saying? So it's like spirit kind of, it kind of fucks me like that. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? And now I've seen certain tarot readers who are like spreading certain information towards the collective about karma and how like the collective is going through certain shit, and now people are doing them wrong. They're going to get karma. It's all about having faith in the creator, which is fun and all, but I'm just like, man, fuck that. Like at times, you know what I'm saying? But this is what I'm talking about. Where like within this whole human experience in general, this reality, all this shit you gotta tolerate, all this karmic bullshit, right? This shit pissed me the fuck off. Like, why do I even gotta experience this shit from the first place? I understand the awareness I have, I can use it to detach and not take like personal, but at the same time, I'm still in the human body. I still have a fucking ego. That shit's still gonna affect me to a certain extent. You know what I'm saying? Like, fuck. And then, and now we're forced to work for these 9 to 5s, but we don't even have time for our personal selves or to work on our own shit because you got time to spend them every fucking day. So what the fuck is actually going on? You know? And not only that, but then spirit is like preventing me from being around like-minded people, or it's always putting me situations out of my control to where, like, I'm always putting certain job situations or career situations to where I'm not fucking satisfied. And now I gotta wait a certain amount of years just to even get out of my situation, just so for me to try new things. Which I don't mind trying new things, but my biggest fear is trying new things and not being satisfied over and over again. You know what I'm saying? And I understand I'm young, I still got life, but like I take my life seriously. You know what I'm saying? I don't take that personally because all this bullshit and pre-planned and predestined, and spirit wants you to experience certain bullshit so you could learn, and so your spirit can want experiences, so your soul can evolve. In order for your soul to evolve in this hellish ass fucking realm, you have to experience certain type of trauma. This is why everyone experiences distress, trauma, tragedy, pain, suffering, and confusion in this bullshit ass reality. You know what I'm saying? Miss me that bullshit. But I don't know, man. Just that's all I gotta say. I'm just releasing anger, man. Fuck the system. Fuck spirit. Fuck God. Fuck the creator. Fuck my family members. Fuck these generational curses, and fuck my ancestors, man. Fuck them for even allowing my family to even act so fucking retarded. And now I gotta come down here and put up with that shit and put them in their fucking place over and over again. I understand I ain't gotta deal with them, but seriously, like, fuck my ancestors. My whole family and bloodline, they're a bunch of fucking retards. Like, fuck them, man. Like, fuck them. Like, I don't, man. Like, I'm to the point where, like, if any of my family members were to die, if anything, I'll be happy because I ain't got to deal with their bullshit. Even though I'm not dealing with their bullshit energetically, I still can't get these bastards off my fucking mind because I got to heal from that shit because, unfortunately, I'm put here to break that fucking cycle, man. Like, fuck. So I don't get when people in the spiritual community always say, oh, worship your ancestors. Oh, your ancestors are always protecting you. Someone were to do you wrong, these people are gonna get harsh karma. I'm like, man, y'all worship y'all bullshit ass ancestors way too much. Like I said in my old videos or in this video, a lot of people, they'd like to go to the creator or to their higher self or to their spirit for protection and guidance and strength and faith. Me, I do that sometimes, but not all the time. I'm not saying this shit out of ego, but I'm saying this shit out of like logic and common sense. It's like spirit wanted me to experience that shit, so fuck you, spirit, for putting me through that shit. Even by experiencing that shit myself, you know what I'm saying? But it's just, man, fuck all this bullshit. You know? I don't know. I'm over this shit, man. That's all I gotta say, man. Fuck this human experience, man. Just of my best advice is to, one, just know your hearts, know yourself, spirit, your higher self, God, anyone in the spirit realm. They don't have to agree with what you say, but as long as you yourself, call it your ego, call it your mind, whatever the fuck, human vessel, as long as you know in your heart what you want out of life, and that people can't take that shit away from you, and the things you believe when it comes to your morals, when it comes to your integrity, no one can take that shit from you. If you think you're going crazy, if you think that like people are just out of it or the system's out of it, it's not your fault. You're not going crazy. I know it's a lonely road, but just know that you're not in this alone. No one can actually believe in you. No one could know your side of the story. But as long as you know in your heart, deep down, that you know you're in the right path, or like you know what you're doing is right, that's all that matters. As long as you already know, because you're following your heart. Because most people aren't connected to their heart space. But if you're watching this, if you're spiritual, if not spiritual, but if you're highly aware, you know deep down in your heart what the fuck you experience and this shit you're observing. This shit's not, it's just something off about it. You know what I'm saying? So my best advice is to be true to you. Stay true to yourself. Do whatever that makes you happy. Stay out of trouble. Be on the right track. Anyone that's trying to piss you off or trying to attack you, just obviously defend yourself if needed be, but get away from that situation and just do what makes you happy and try to be the best version of yourself. Yes, this life is evil. This life is rigged. This life is very controlled and restricted, and life is bullshit. The people in it are bullshit as well. But as long as you true to yourself, that's all that matters. You can work so hard, but if you're not getting the results, don't even trip about it. It's not you. It's the fucking system and the people in it. But that's all I'm gonna say. Have a good one. Peace.